Because I really had enough of these guys talking about women in the way that they do. Talking about them in a negative way, saying that the outcome we have right now is because the single women are raising the children.
It has a lot to do with it.
I don't think it has anything to do with it at all. Absent father. That's an absent father. A lot of these situations of you guys out there saying women don't have anything to bring to the table, all of this stuff just aggravates me that any logical thinking man would think any of these lines at all. So I'm here to state with a certain amount of passion in this matter that the whole problem is really stemming from the leader who is the man. It is absolutely his fault. The whole reason why we're in the state that we're in.
All right, let me put it to you like this, man. The way I see it is that, man, you got the positive force and you got the negative force, the masculine and the feminine, okay, which corresponds to those two forces that's throughout nature, okay? And according to these natural laws, okay, if I hook these wires up, man, to a light, okay, one is positive and then one to the negative terminal, you know what I mean? Yo, the current will flow and light the light bulb. But if I happen to remove the positive, the light bulb is not coming on. The same way if you remove the negative, the light bulb's not coming on. It takes both of them. And if she's not, man, playing her role within that circuit, then it's going to short circuit. Because she's going to cause an overflow of energy to flow into the light bulb from her emotions.
I understand that.
You know,
and
so
that makes some
there,
kind of sense if you're looking at it like a layman. It's not as simple as just a light bulb and a positive and a negative.
but the energy flows.
Energy flows and it starts from somewhere, right? And that start of the energy flow starts with the man.
No, it starts with the woman.
It starts with the man.
It starts with the woman.
He first.
He
Scriptures
first.
say he first.
He's first.
And
But
she's
man,
just a helper. When a helper shows up,
Okay.
I'm never asking the helper a bunch of questions. I'm just telling the helper to grab a bucket, to get the pan, to grab the mop.
nature doesn't operate that way. Okay? Even if I was to use the Bible as a reference, just to illustrate this point here, okay? Evening was first. The evening was first. It started the day. The evening started the day. Okay? That is the negative energy, which is feminine energy. Okay? She corresponds with the negative force man within the universe. She's receptive. Negative is receptive. Okay? And the day started off with the negative force. The morning came, positive force, completed one day. So it didn't start with the light and then came the darkness. It started from darkness and went to the light.
Okay.
So the energy flow starts from her. The positive is like the regulator. It regulates it, boom, and it sends it back. If we see, she gives off the energy. It's kind of opposite with, you know, the way the magnet works, because we're dealing with energy that's coming from her. Her energy distills from her emotions.
Okay.
And men respond to that.
Really?
Men do respond to a woman's emotions.
Well, it seems like if that's what you're saying, I don't like that you put the context that they are the negative, but even if we're going to leave that in place, if men are responding to her energy, why are we having these outcomes? You say because her energy is negative and men have no
not
ability,
negative in the sense of being bad.
Men have no ability to be able to match energy with her. Men have the ability where her energy overpowers them and turns them into weak men. It's got to be some reason why the man hasn't found a balance. A home consists of several compartments, but the main compartments are the man, the woman, the child, and the actual dwelling. 3 of those things are in place. It's one of those things that are constantly absent. And a lot of times they're choosing to be absent. It's not like
there's circumstances that is leading to that.
She's doing the job of a woman, feeding and putting clothes on their back and pouring emotion into them. That's what her job is to do. She's doing it very well. To teach them how to be connected with their emotions. That's part of her job. Your job is part to teach them how to be in touch with their logic. She has logic in her, just like you have emotion in you.
Man is I over
balance.
E. Man is I over E. She's E over I. And that means emotion over intelligence, but the man is intelligence over emotion.
That's not saying he's without emotion. He has to.
No, he has to have emotion. Without emotion,
yeah.
Emotion only means it's a process. Shun being a process or an action of. The root word is emote, which means to cast out. Okay? So we're casting out energy. Okay? And we're receptive to energy just as much as she is receptive to energy. It's not our feelings, because you only got one sense of feeling. You don't have feelings. Your sense of feeling is what allows you to feel emotion. It is your sense of feeling, tasting, touching, hearing, seeing. All of those are your senses. You don't have a sense of emotion. That is an energy that flows. It comes and it goes. Like the wind is unstable. It's chaotic. It's fluctual. It's not stable. That's why we're here, to help bring stability to that. But if she does not, man, bring the energy that he needs to function properly, it creates an imbalance. So when we look at the divorce rates, which, man, a lot of guys, have put out there, most of the divorce are initiated by women. And some of these women be divorcing men after 12 and 20 years. I ain't talking about the gold diggers, man, that marry a guy that's rich, man, and then get a divorce 2 years later and wind up with.
Not that guy.
Now,
he was a trick. He got caught.
Women be initiating that, and she got to bring she got to bring the proper energy for that man to perform and provide the proper energy.
I think they're bringing the proper energy.
Nah, she's not bringing it. If she was bringing the proper energy, then she will not be yielding the results that she's producing.
She's yielding the results that she's producing because men aren't men. Back in the day, a man would meet a young girl, he was a virgin, and he would marry her. He wouldn't screw her and then let her live in her mama's house and have a whole relationship while she's living at home. A man would go get a woman. All of these women that we see out here, at one time they were young, innocent virgins, the ones you're talking about. And what happens is a man meets them, does what he does with them, and he never makes a commitment. It's his job to initiate the commitment. It's not her job to ask him to settle down. He's supposed to be of mind to know what she is when she's available. The women you talking about is older. They've been through a lot of heartache, heartbreak with men. These women are hurt. Yeah, so now they're responding to their hurt, and that's what you're hearing. The average woman doesn't start that way. She doesn't get that way until after she's dealt with a lot of men. All of them, guys, you watching this right here, man. When you met a girl when she was young back in the days, man, she was very willing to be a wife, whatever you wanted her to be. She was very willing to work with you with no money. There was no $100,000 limit on it. There was none of that. But what you did is you let the time go past running around smashing. You didn't say, well, I got a good one here. Let me lock it in. And we just don't do that. And that's led to the outcome that we're having. Because men are not committed. Men don't make commitments anymore.
Well, you talking, man, like a time period, man, going back 40 years and beyond. You know what I mean? Since then, man, there has been a lot of influence that has been projected by women who has got hurt, along with the feminist movement. Women, females' rights, my body, my choice, and all this other nonsense, man, swirling around within their dome pieces, you know what I mean? And it made them complete lunatics, man. You know what I mean? They like Terminators.
Oh, you saying that the man
wait a minute.
I don't want to absolve his responsibility. If we keep pointing fingers at her, we're saying he's golden and he didn't do anything wrong. He's treated women with respect his whole life.
I'm not talking about the guys, man, who ran the streets, man. I ain't talking about those dudes, man. I'm talking about the ones, man, that actually, man, did they fucking role. You know what I mean? And some of these women will have these type of men and they will commit adultery on them. You know what I mean? Divorce them. You know what I mean? They initiate that shit, man. You know what I mean? And I can't blame man for her decisions. You know what I mean? This is why, man, they so not used to taking accountability for their actions. You know what I mean? Yo, she got to take accountability for the decisions that she made.
And the decision it seems like they're making is to try to build a home to the best of their ability. She's trying to feed the children and clothe them to the best of her ability with the government's help if required. She's doing the best to her ability. You saying a man is doing that for his family? Are you really going to sit here on the show and say that a man is putting in the same amount of work?
I'm not talking about, man, just like, man, it's pros and cons on both sides, man. Just like you got good women on this side and you got good men on this side. You got bad women on that side, you got bad men on this side. You know what I mean? It just so happens, man, that the bad is outweighing the good in this day and age. You know what I mean? So therefore, man, the disconnect, man, came about, man, through several social engineering programs, man. Like the last one that did the most damage, man, which was the crack. Introducing that, man, into our neighborhood, man, into our community, they injected that into the vein of our community.
I'm in agreement with you.
You know what I mean? And when you inject, man, drugs into you, it's going to have an effect, man. You know what I mean?
It definitely had an effect on us, a big effect.
My view on this, man, is that, man, she is not acting, she wants us to act in our natural role or traditional roles as a man, but now she wants not just, man, you know, the perks of a traditional woman, but she wants more than that. You know what I mean? So when men is looking at, okay, I'm giving up this, I'm giving up that, man, what is he really getting in return? Women smashing up their PlayStations. You know what I mean?
I saw one of those videos.
Yeah, man. I mean, they doing, you know, stupid, dumb shit, man, to destroy that man's peace, man. Like, you know, they can't stand to see a man happy. You know what I mean? If she's not part of that man's happiness, man, then he don't deserve it. So, man, they go out their way to destroy that man's happiness, man.
Men have abandoned their families. Men have abandoned their families. Men are out here smashing at a high rate. Men lead these conversations with their wallets and then ask women why are they about their money. Because that's all you had to lead with as a man. If you had came to her with some other type of humor as a man, she would be responding to that humor. But she showed up with a wig and you didn't say anything. When a girl was natural and a woman showed up with her body out, all of the men turning to look at her, showing that the man is telling women what he wants by what he does with his money, when he meets her, what he talks to her about. You're beautiful, you're nice, let me take you out, let me buy you gifts. No time is a man having a conversation about cooking and cleaning and rearing children. That's the rare man. The average guy is just out here talking like he's 14-year-old.
That's because they was conditioned to behave in that manner.
I'm not saying that they wasn't conditioned. I'm saying that's how a man is acting. And if a real man ever acts like a man, the ones that's watching that are real men, you know how women respond to you. You know how women respond to you when you act like a man. When you're running around here doing what these guys are doing, it's something different. They males, but it's something different, and they're spread everywhere. They're in every level of the game. So these guys are painting pictures for women that I'll do anything for you and you don't have to do anything back. Now I'm hearing a little talk they want cooking and cleaning. But I don't even think cooking and cleaning is enough to keep a man in a relationship.
Nah, it's more than that. It's more than that. You know what I mean? And it's not no love thing. Love is something that, you know, that
only your mama give you that.
Yeah, two people have to develop over time, but still it's really not love, man, because, man, just as they fell in love, they can fall out of love.
Yeah, we got a commitment bigger than love.
You know what I mean? Yeah, that can't be the basis, man, of the relationship, man. It got to be much more deeper than that, man.
Why are men just not meeting a young girl when she's 18 or 19 and getting married?
Because, man, the culture is not designed to produce those type of results.
Well, what are we teaching these men?
We're teaching these men. Sexy red.
She's an anomaly. That's not the average girl.
That's an idol.
That's not the average girl walking around.
She's an idol.
One or two girls out of the whole group of women that's at that event that's acting.
Yeah, but I'm only pointing out, man, the way the energy is, that's their energy. That is their energy.
When
you know what I mean? If they want man to change, then she would have to change. But the men is changing. Wait a minute, the men are changing dancing, they out here, they voicing, man, their concerns, man, what they're looking for in a woman. You know what I mean? There's plenty of content creators out there, man, posting, you know, what we're looking for in a woman. You know what I mean? And here she comes, man, with some shit to the contrary. You know what I mean?
She's
So it's not
doing
gonna
what
work.
men taught her.
Yeah, but man, she's not willing to unlearn that behavior.
But this is what
Because
men
it's a
have
good
al-
thing for her.
This is what men have always said they wanted.
Yeah, but man, we don't want that no more, man. When they gonna get that through their weed?
When they stop hollering at them, when you stop talking to women,
When
you stop talking to women that's dressed in a very provocative way, that's when they'll get the message. All of that bumping the gums hasn't seemed to have a major effect because it seems like that stuff is on the rise. Matter of fact, I am seeing more natural women than I've seen in a long time. So I think the wig rate is going down. What do y'all think about that? The wig rate has to be going down because I'm definitely seeing
I don't know, man.
more
'Cause they
natural
so
women.
good, man. They so good, man. They can make that shit, man, look real. You know what I mean? They glue that shit on their scalp, man. You know what I mean? Yo, they doing a lot of weird shit, man. They even make turning bald men, man, giving them fades and shit, man. He bald.
Yeah,
But then,
yeah,
yo, he got a whole fade and curve with waves and everything.
Yeah, I've seen this stuff. It's crazy with it. We would like for y'all guys to comment on this, man. We probably gonna be debating this issue back and forth for a while. Your opinion, your comments, very important to us, man. Keep it up.